Controversy's favorite child, born into a star family and as the eldest of three siblings, he was always spoiled for attention. Son of Mother India, son of national heartthrob Sunil Dutt, Sanjay Dutt never led what may be called a normal life. His was one of turbulence and heartbreak. His mother's death, his first wife's death, his brush with drugs, it all kept adding up, led him through personally very, very traumatic times.
Has it changed now? He's been telling us that it's changed, but has it really?
Huh? A little bit.
Very, yeah, little bit.
Little bit.
I guess nobody can really change overnight with,
Yeah.
I mean, your basic thing is always there, And I think he has become a little more cautious, Though I am sure like people he meets and, he has to, how much ever he might think like, they are really nice people and, they'll do anything for him and, I guess he has to get that out of his head that I don't think anybody's really going to be there when you really need them.
Even years after this interview, the questions that still remain in everyone's minds: was Sanjay Dutt really a bad person? And if he was, has he changed for good? It is not surprising that people would ask these questions. After all, Sanjay Dutt has had more than his fair share of ups and downs in life. Some might even want to call him controversy's favorite child. Sanjay Dutt was introduced to Indian film audiences as a muscular, droopy-eyed screen hero in 1981, when Rocky was released. But despite being son of a superstar couple, Sunil Dutt and Nargis, many believe Sanjay found it difficult to handle the pressure of instant stardom. His problems started early in life, as he is known to have taken to drugs while still in high school. When Nargis died shortly before the release of Rocky, his addiction apparently worsened. Dutt returned to films after a stint at a rehabilitation center in the United States, where he met his future wife, Richa Sharma. The couple married and had a child, but Dutt's happiness remained short-lived as Richa died of a brain tumor. Just when he seemed to be putting it all behind him and came up with a hit film in Khalnayak, he was linked to the 1993 Mumbai serial blasts. Sanjay Dutt got linked to the serial bombing case when investigators discovered that the actor had bought an AK-56 rifle and a 9mm pistol that was reportedly a part of a consignment meant to be used in the blasts. Sanjay was arrested under the Terrorist and Disruptive Activities Act, TADA, and spent some 16 months in jail until he was granted bail in October 1995.
See, jail is hard. It's just about when everybody takes their freedom for granted. And, I just keep telling people you shouldn't do that, take freedom for granted, Because once it goes, and there's no money in this world which can, which is enough. Freedom is something which should be cherished and loved, And that is the worst part about jail. I mean, yeah, I did. Actually, I did. I did break down, and the worst part was that my father kept telling me, "Okay, I'm getting you out. Thodi der mein." And there came a time, it was 6 months, and I asked him, I said, "Dad." And you see, that was the time I really broke down, was when he caught me by the collar and he says, "Even I can't do anything for you anymore."
Controversy continued to dog Sanjay when an audio tape surfaced in the media in 2001, where the star was allegedly in conversation with underworld Don Chota Shakil. Sanjay's second marriage with model Riya Pillai also didn't last long. The couple were divorced after 7 years of marriage in 2005. The same year, he got yet another major setback as his father, Sunil Dutt, passed away. Sanjay was quite close to his father, especially since his mother's demise. The senior Dutt had worked tirelessly to get bail for Sanjay after the 1993 blast case.
Half of the battle that you fought in the last 2 years has been without your father, and he was a big support to you. Did you feel that you felt that you would lose this battle because he wasn't around?
I knew he's always around. He's there right on top, and I know, he's not physically present, but spiritually he's around all of us. But these 2 years of this battle, I'll tell you, there used to be times I used to crumble and fall, and Dad never used to let me fall. He used to just hold me and just say that I'm there.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. I had to fall and get up on my own, and you start missing a person who was a pillar to the family.
Sanjay spent a total of 18 months in jail in 4 stints. He was convicted in 2007 by a Tada court and faced a 6-year prison term, but got bail after a few days in jail, and the case went to Supreme Court. In 2009, Sanjay Dutt announced that he would contest the Lok Sabha elections on the Samajwadi Party ticket, but the actor had to withdraw his candidacy after the Supreme Court refused to suspend his conviction. He even had quit the post of Samajwadi Party General Secretary after all the controversies.
Well, my life has been a roller coaster ride. It's ups and downs, and seeing a lot of anguish and pain. But I think that is life, and I think we should face a problem and move on. And
what has been the toughest moment of your life?
There are many tough moments in my life. It's whether it was my drug addiction, or losing my mom, or losing Rita to cancer, or going to jail. So there are a couple of very, very tough things which have happened in my life, but I think it's a lesson learned, and I think you should take it as life, and you should move on, and you should do good work and be a good human being.
Strangely, Sanjay Dutt has somehow retained popular support and sympathy, both in Bollywood industry as well as with his fans. The world at large continue to see him as a good-hearted but simple man who had gone a bit astray in his youthful days.
Well, Sanjay Dutt is 20 years older than what he was when he first went to jail in 1993. He was 33 then, and after having spent 18 months in jail, he had a tough time fighting his way back up to the ladder of success in Bollywood. Well, this time when he comes out of jail, he will be in his late 50s. So will Munna Bhai be able to do what he did before? And this is what he did before.
It was March 1993. In one of those rare moments of destiny when an actor's real life collides with his real one. That a superstar of Bollywood turned gangster in the eyes of the law. 3 weeks before the release of his film Khalnayak, Sanjay Dutt was arrested. Playing character of gangster Balu in an ironically named film Khalnayak, the actor couldn't escape the shadows of his screen life. Khalnayak was a huge hit at the box office and a beginning of his dark times on the silver screen. The real-life villain was cast in similar roles on screen as well. Although Khalnayak got him a Best Actor Filmfare nomination, his acting career hit some major speed breakers. In and out of jail, he did not actually stop working and kept sporadically giving average and flop films like Zamane Se Kya Darna, Insaf Apne Lahu Se, Atish, Amanat and Vijeta. Strangely, most of the films that Sanjay Dutt worked in this period were all set in the backdrop of crime and lawlessness in the society.
Bad boy image, every teenager has a bad boy image. You see, when a kid is growing up and when he reaches his teens, especially a boy, they have to go through that phase of being rash and brash and, driving fast cars and bikes, and, it's every boy.
4 times Sanjay Dutt did time in jail, coming out on bail every time. Second stint was the longest, 15 months. And when he came out in 1995, it was time for new beginnings. The actor was out, fans wanted him back on the screen. and he did a comeback with Ram Gopal Varma's Dor. The film was much anticipated but failed to be a box office hit.
चाको हमारा नाम है।
हाँ तो तुम्हारे होटल में 2 कमरे देंगे। 1998 saw Sanjay Dutt playing a mix of serious and comic roles in films like Dushman, Kartoos, Khoobsurat and Hasina Maan Jayegi.
हाँ लेकिन बिल तो 350 का यार। अरे 50 रुपए का ट्रिप है ना यार। ठीक है अपने बाप का।
1999 was a milestone year in Sanjay Dutt's acting career. He won his first Filmfare Best Actor award for Vastav. Commercially and critically appreciated role of Raghu was in a way the story of his life that caught him a short high. 2000s was the decade of Mission Kashmir, Kurukshetra, LOC Kargil and Kante.
पागल हो रहा हूँ मैं। चला देख फोन करो तुझे कचू तुझे देख कचू तुझे ये बाली तेरी बंदूक है ना तेरे भेजे से खाली।
In his pairing with David Dhawan, he tried his hand at comedy, giving films like Jodi No. 1, Chal Mere Bhai, 1 और 11. While the chemistry between the actor and director worked, the films turned out to be only average at the box office.
You know, I want to tell about an incident. When he went in, obviously we all were affected. I was very close. I edited his films. I directed my first film with him. It's like family. And the worst happened to me one day when I went to meet him. And I knew about the next day. He had to surrender or whatever. And I met him. I was sitting with him. He says, David, tomorrow I'm going back. I'm going to be there. Matlab, they're going to take me in. That was the worst. I just couldn't take it. I came back. I cried, you know. I mean, it was a fact he was narrating me.
And 2003, though, was the breakthrough year for Sanjay Dutt when Rajkumar Hirani got him an absolute image makeover.
I don't know what exactly happened, but I know that I was called, and you know, there's more family to me than anything. You know, I mean, he's really like an older brother. And I told him in Mission Kashmir, I said, like, whatever movies you make, I have to be in them, even if it's one scene. So he called me and he told me that there's one role in Munna Bhai. I said, I'm doing it. He says, at least hear it. I said, no, you know me. So it was the role what Jimmy Shergill played. I was offered that and I was ready for it. And I left and he called me back in the evening and he told me, he says, no, I want you to play Munna Bhai. I said, I'm doing it. So he says, no, idiot, that's not that. I want you to do the main character. So that's how it happened.
But tension mission तो नहीं है? हाँ एक बोतल ग्लूकोज चढ़ा देना.
Munna Bhai MBBS not just broke all records but also turned Sanjay Dutt's screen image 360 degrees.
And there was so much, and he was born there. He started working. His behavior was great with people. He's worked for friends, done, you know. And when he went inside and he came back, they were waiting for him.
Mostly playing either a cop or a criminal in the past, Sanju Baba played Gandhin on screen this time, advocating non-violence and love for one and all. The audience loved the movie and Sanjay Dutt achieved what he always wanted to be, but hadn't managed to be. The apple of everyone's eye, the center of loving attention, and a good person in real life.
Now, this is the second time that Sanjay Dutt will be going to jail for a long time, and that is one big problem for film producers who've got money riding on Sanjay Dutt's films. We are talking in hundreds of crores here, and so naturally there is much concern not only in Sanjay Dutt's family but even in many big Bollywood film houses who've sunk in money into Sanjay's films.
In the eyes of law, Sanjay Dutt might be a Khalnayak, but the star truly held his own as far as his cinematic outings are concerned. Owing to his success as an actor, Sanjay has quite a few films in his kitty, and approximately 250 crores are riding on him.
Obviously, for the film industry, it's very unfortunate because some of his films which are under production are bound to remain incomplete. So, really, the three films which are totally impacted are only Police Giri and Zanjeer. Obviously, 3.5 years will take its toll on any actor, and especially if you're on the wrong side of 50s or almost so, then obviously there is a lot to worry about.
The biggest film that stars Sanjay Dutt is Rajkumar Hirani's BK. Sanjay stars in this one with Amir Khan and has already shot more than 50% of his part. The film was to be released by the end of this year. But what happens now? Will BK ever see the light of day? Will those portions with Sanjay be reshot with another actor?
He has a longish special appearance. So if his special appearance part has been shot, well and good, and if it hasn't been shot, they can always reshoot that portion.
The other big film of Sanjay's was a remake of Zanjeer. Sanjay was to reprise the iconic role of Sher Khan played by Pran in this one. Apurva Lakhia's ambitious project's shooting too was on in full swing. Reports suggest that Sanjay has already shot about 80% of the film. Sanjay Dutt was presently shooting for Police Giri in Mumbai. The budget of this one is reportedly 15 crore. Sanjay also has Dharma Productions' Ungli, where he plays an honest cop. He has, however, finished shooting his part in it. The film also stars Imran Hashmi and Randeep Hooda. Another big question that needs to be answered now is that what happens to the third installment of Munna Bhai, a legacy built by Sanjay Dutt. Rajkumar Hirani was to direct this one, but the baton has passed on to Jolly LLB director Subhash Kapoor.
Well, actually, more than me and more than Munna Bhai Part 3, I'm more concerned about the people who are doing films with Sanju currently. There are 3-4 projects that he's shooting and at various stages. So I'm more concerned about them. We still have a long way to go. I'm still busy with Jolly LLB, and I still have to write the script. And then we were planning to go on shows next year. But what happens to Munna Bhai? Absolutely no answer to that. It is going to be a collective sort of thing that me, Vinod, and Raju will decide.
So I don't think any star is irreplaceable in that sense. Yes, in this particular case, Munna Bhai, you identify with Sanjay Dutt. So it will be a little difficult, but not an impossibility.
Well, the future holds the answers to these questions. But one thing is for sure. The Hindi film industry's heart bleeds today for its very own Sanju Baba.
हमारे दोस्त भी हैं, मैं उनके साथ काम भी कर चुकी हूँ, हमारे फैमिली से बहुत क्लोज रहे हैं, तो मैं बहुत ही उदास हूँ, बहुत बुरा लग रहा है उनके लिए, हमारे लिए, एंड इट्स वेरी अपसेटिंग न्यूज़, एंड बहुत ही अच्छे इंसान हैं, और जब भी हम उनसे बात करते हैं तो बहुत प्यार से बात होती है, एंड ही इज ऑलवेज बीन लाइक an elder brother. My brother and him have been very close, especially, so I'm very distressed by this news.
I think it's very shocking. We're all absolutely shattered. My heart goes out to Sanju, to Manyata, to the children, to his sisters. It's really, really very sad. It's really very sad.
और पूरा हम लोग सब बहुत शॉक्ड हैं, और लेकिन लॉ तो लॉ है, उसको कुछ बोल नहीं सकते. उसके लिए मतलब हम यही कहेंगे कि हम लोग इस घड़ी में संजय दत्त के साथ हैं.
The judgment of on him has been quite harsh. If you ask my personal opinion, I felt that maximum, because he's already gone for 18 months, another, say, a year more, just to prove a point that yes, he has done something wrong, for which he must go through the penalty of going through this term.
Well, I'm as shocked and as surprised as the rest of the industry. I personally expected Honorable Supreme Court to be more kinder to Sanju. We all know the Tata verdict that came, that's an old verdict, and I expected them to show some leniency.
Will Dutt be able to resurrect himself yet again? Remains to be seen. With Susan Jose, Rashma Shetty, Noyan Jyoti and Rohit Khilani in Mumbai, Entertainment Bureau headlines today.